Hello learners, welcome to Building Planning and Drawing Series Part 2. In this series, I am going to explain you the different types of the lines. While doing the plan, we should use that. So being a civil engineer, architect or interiors, you should know all these different types of the lines. Even if you don't know, I am here to explain you guys. So there are so many different types of lines are there. So as an engineer, we need to read the drawings and according to that, we have to do the work and work on the site should be executed depending on that. Visible outlines, center lines, hidden lines, section lines, dimension lines, extension lines and pointer lines. So let's learn one by one. Visible outlines. This means what? The lines which we use it for the outer boundary, plot boundary. So the thickness is going to vary like 0.6, 0.8, 1 or 1.3 depending on your visibility. But minimum the range varies from 0.6 to max is 1.3. So here is the example that we have a line 0.6 mm to 1.3 mm. Next is center line. The center line thickness range varies from 0.2 to 0.3. Okay, so this we can use it to show the center line diagram. Okay, so the ratio should be 4:1 or 6:1. Just let's have an example how it should be. So scrolling down. So here we have a long dash and then short dash. So in this way alternative pattern will go ahead. The thickness is 0.2, 0.3. Next is hidden line. So hidden line thickness may vary between 0.4 to 0.5, which we can use it for the loft, RCC chaja, valley, canopy, etc. So here is the example how you can draw. So we have a one pattern which is carry throughout the length and the thickness is 0.4 to 0.5. Next coming down, section line. Section line thickness should vary from 0.6 mm to 1 mm and this is how we can draw, that is 2 short and 1 long dash. Next one is dimension line. Dimension line which we use to give the dimension of the drawing, because without dimension there is no meaning for the drawing, and the thickness of the dimension line varies from 0.2 to 0.3. So here you can see how it will be. Next one is extension line or line, light and thin line. So here it is 4 mm. Next one is pointer line. To point out an exact part of your drawing, you can use this pointer line and the thickness is like this. So let me show you that how I implemented all these different types of the lines in AutoCAD project. So here you can see I'm just presenting you a plan, that is 2 BHK plan. So this is the pink color line. This is visible outer line what we saw today. And then next this is the wall line. So coming down, this is the section line with the 2 short lines and 1 long line with particular thickness. Then next coming here. So this is the center line. So which connects center to center of the column. Next is slab projection line. So this one we call it as a projection line. The portion which is not visible in that particular level, we call it as a projection line, slab projection line or beam line, like this. So we learned till now that what are the different types of the lines and what is the different thickness we have to give and implementation of it. So here I presented you already that how we use it. So now in the next I'm just showing you that how we have to prepare these all the lines. With example I will just teach you. Let's start with the first line, that is visible outline. Okay, so here the thickness is minimum 0.6. I'm just going with minimum thickness 0.6 visible outline, that we can use it for the plot boundary. Yes, first I set the unit, that is unit architectural and inch. Okay. Going with the layer property so that we can differentiate each part of the dimension. So here we have some layers, by default layers. I want to purge all these layers. For that I am using purge command, because those layers I didn't use it in my drawing. Just click on the layers and click on the purge all and purge all like this. So when I go to layer property, I don't have any other layer. So I have a by default layer, that is 0. I want to create a new layer. Click on the new layer and visible outer line. Okay. So I give it a color, particular color. You can give any color, whichever you want. Next, I want to give the thickness. To give the thickness, I am going with the line weight, and the minimum, as we learned through the PDF, is 0.6. Okay. So even just edit it and you can rename it as, that is plot boundary, right? PB. Okay. So now I am assuming that my plot is about 30 feet by 40 feet, 40 feet by 50 feet, whatever it may be. Okay. So I am going with the rectangle or polyline. Make sure your current layer is outer boundary visible line, and then draw it like this, 30 feet, 40 feet. Okay. Zoom it. So as you can see, I get the layer, but I am not able to see the thickness, what I applied, what I mentioned. But here it is displaying me the thickness, that it is indicating that I applied the line weight. But now I am not getting in that drawing area. That is because this option, that is your show or hide the line weight, is off. Sometimes you people think that I applied a line thickness but it is not visible. What is the reason? So don't worry to get tense. Okay, here we have an option, that is LWD. The shortcut is LWD. Just click it so you get a thickness. Or else you can type LWD. If you want to off it. And if you want to on it, you can on it like this. Or else you can go ahead with the short key by using this option. So this is how we can implement the visible outline with the standard thickness for the plot boundary. Next, coming to the center line. Center line, we can use it for the column to column center like that. For that also what I am doing is, so I just go with the layer property and create a new layer, center line, that is for column center line I give. And next I change the thickness. Okay. And what is the thickness for that is 0.2 to 0.3. Click on the line weight, 0.2. Okay. Done. So I just draw a rectangle. So I am just assuming that the column thickness is about 9 inch by 9 inch. Okay. This all idea you can get once you complete your structural design and analysis. I am going to draw the column. So you can draw that column by using 0 layer, or you can create any other layer for the column. I am just going ahead with the column layer once again. Column. Applying the color. Take a rectangle. Before going to draw the column, 9 inch, 9 inch. Okay. So I am just copying this column about 10 feet. Okay. Again these two columns, because according to standard the minimum distance between the two columns is 10 feet. I am copying it about 10 feet. As I already told you, the distance and all orientation, sizes all differs according to the analysis and design. Then polyline, start from the one point. Polyline started from the one point, this, and this. Okay. So as you can see, I get the thickness, but I am not getting the pattern. So let's see what is the pattern for the center line. Coming down here, one long dash and one short dash. So I have to apply the pattern also along with the thickness. So you can go to the layer property and I have a line weight, and here the line pattern is continuous. Click on the continuous line. So here I don't have any other line type. Click on the load option. Coming down here, one long and one short. Going with the center. So this is how you can apply. So I'm just going with 2x and OK. OK. That's it. So that I get the center line pattern. So this we done with the center line. How you can implement the center line with the help of AutoCAD. So do you feel, isn't it easy? Yeah. So next I am going with the hidden line. So hidden lines means what? These lines in the drawing to show the loft, RCC chedja, valley, canopy, etc. For example, I have a slab projection or beam projection coming to here. So now I just leave 3 feet, that is the setback. What I am doing is, yeah. Okay, so this one I just change it into built up area, built up line, changing the color. Okay, select this and change. Okay, so I don't want to make it center line. I think by default it applied it into the that one. Building line. I'm going with a new layer. Built up area. Yeah, it's already in use. So I don't want to apply any pattern to this. Okay, select that and apply. Okay. So this is the build up area. Normally the plinth level and slab projection is not in that particular built up area. So we may project about 6 inch. So that's why I am giving the 6 inch offset for this. So this is my slab projected area. So this one. Okay. And the third one is what? Hidden line. So I want to apply the hidden line pattern. So which is continuous dash like this. And the thickness is 0.4. So now I want to create the new layer for the hidden line, projection line. So go to the layer properties, create the new layer, hidden line, that is slab projection, chedja projection, anything it may be. And the thickness, and first I want to change the color. Okay. Next the thickness for the hidden line is 0.4. Click on this, come down 0.4. Okay. And the pattern is continue dash line. Click on the pattern. Click on load. We have to load it. So this one we can use it. Yeah. Okay. Finish it. Select that because the projection line is already I drawn it. Go to the layer and switch it. Like this. So this is how we done with the hidden line. Next one is section line. So as I already shown you in the project that how to show the section line. So once you done with the plan, so while doing the section we have to assume the section line. Section line should be in such a way that it should cover the maximum portion and the thickness is 0.6. I am giving you the idea. And this one is alternative 2 short, 1 long. For example, once you done with the plan and if you want to draw the section line, layer property, section line, change the color. Okay. And the thickness is 0.6. Thickness, come down 0.6 okay mm. Next the pattern is, let's see how the pattern is. Alternative 2 short 1 long. Yes, this is 2 short 1 long. Okay. Okay. Next, take a line, go with the section line. So just assume that I am going to like this, and yeah. Yes, the thickness is okay, but the pattern is not visible, right? So I want to change the scale of this line. For that, what I am using is LTS. Type LTS, and it is asking me a new line type scale, that is 1. So how to decrease the line type, I am not getting it, and again increase the line type, so I am getting it. But the problem is that whatever the line type scale I am mentioning here, that is applicable for all the whole drawing. But I don't want to apply it for all the whole drawing. I want to apply the line type scale individually. So whenever you want to apply the line type scale individually, you have to do this process. I am just doing Ctrl Z. Next one is, so double click, go to the line type scale and you can increase it like this. Yes. If it is not, then again double click, make it 0.1, let's see, or else you make it increase. Okay. Yes. For this also, if you want to make it visible, just double click, but make sure. So this one I have done with the polyline. So for the polyline, I don't get that option. So to break that polyline into line, you have to use one another command, that is explode it. Then change the scale of it. Okay. For the same thing, I want to apply it for the whole other part also. I go with the match property, that is MA. Select this one and apply it. Yeah. So this one is a section line. Next one is dimension line. Whenever you want to give the dimension, the thickness is 0.2 and we don't have any line pattern. So for example, if I want to give the dimension, I go with the layer properties. Create a new layer, that is dimension, DM. Change the layer and apply the different color to it. Okay, so go with the dimension option, select the dimension layer and give it. Okay, but I am getting this one, that is because of the current thickness. I don't want to give the thickness. Okay, yeah. So now I am not able to see the exact dimension what we drawn. For that, make sure you change the dimension style, enter, modify, go to the unit and keep it into architectural and go to the text and you can increase the text size and arrow size like this. Okay. And the dimension line is about 0.2. So you can change the line type and you can change the line weight. So I am giving you 0.2. So this is how we can use all the different types of the patterns while doing with the plan section elevation like this.